So now it comes the question of, now that everything is online and we are doing Zoom calls on this education, you don't have the social part anymore. So it's just a bare bone education. And I don't have, much faith in the way we learn in formal education in the universities, because in universities they're outdated, they're not up to date, up to speed, and the profs they're not part of the industry. The person who's teaching me business haven't done business in their life. If they did, they're not in school to teach me business. So all of a sudden, if it was becoming a lawyer, becoming a doctor, completely different lens. That's good. Marketing and elsewhere.
I think the easiest way to look at it is when you hire someone to do a certain task or just to be an employee in your company. Do you even care if they have a degree or not?
So no, but I'm going to go even further to talk about the industry. I know people who have marketing agencies. I know people in Vancouver who are hiring in that, scene, not just marketing, but business and admin and startups specifically. None of them look at degrees. None of them. Like I talk to them, they're like, no, the degree is the last thing. If we don't see anything else on the resume, we're like, okay, let's see if the degree is there. So their priority is, what have you done? What's your experience? There is no excuse for someone to not have experience, because you don't need the work to have experience. You can be a 14-year-old writing apps for App Store, and that's your experience. You could be doing social media. So they're looking for what you can do.
The last thing I would care about is the degree, actually. Yeah. And when I was interviewing people, even in the marketing agency before that, I wanted to see skills. I wanted to see, okay, what you bring. Yeah. I didn't care less if they do have a degree or if they didn't. I think a lot of the time I ended up hiring people who didn't have any formal education.
I'm going to give some examples. Let's say I want to do something custom made for my website, and I look for someone to join, not just a freelancer, join full-time with my company, and I want them to do website related stuff. I don't care what their degree on resume says if their examples of their previous work is not there. I mean, it's a plus if they say, I went to, let's say, Stanford or UBC or some good school, and I've done XYZ. But if they've gone to school and they haven't done anything, it's just
So I think
something
that
wrong.
In the corporate world, it's important to have that. So if you want to get involved into the corporate industry, schools that you are choosing, the degree, there is a big importance of that. I also see a shift in that, by the way. Just look online and see that also that is shifting.
Absolutely.
I don't think you'll see like Fortune 500 companies now with CEOs that doesn't have a degree. Yeah. I don't think that will get there also like tomorrow, but in general, the things are shifting. Things are changing.
No, so what I've observed is that if the company is big enough that they've delegated hiring to an HR department, then yes, that becomes a filter that they're trying to put people through. But if it's startup or a smaller team that there's a decision maker within the group, then usually the person doesn't rely on that filter. They go deeper into hiring. Nowadays, Elon Musk said it on his interview. He was like, I don't care about the degree, and the entire company doesn't use that as a filter. They have other measures. And companies now adopting their own education, like HubSpot certificate, Google certificate, this certificate, because they want you to go through their education, and that becomes their filter. They're like, we don't trust all these universities out there.